question. While you take every story with a grain of salt, in the case of you making a determination as to if this deserves to be investigated or swept under the rug.
Shall all be investigated.
That's my point with everything. Mm-hmm. That's all I get to. I don't care if there's suspicion, investigate.
If she says she's raped, even if I wasn't even near. I had nothing to do with it. It should still be investigated.
Investigated. You know what I'm saying?
Whether it's a lie or truth, and the investigation is going to show whether it's truth or a lie. That's your fucking job.
As long as that's your mentality, regardless to the name that's attached to it, back to our point, it should be fair enough to be
exactly.
Oh, I'm so we
if cops that smacked the shit out of me, called the cops should come here and investigate. Yeah. What? I didn't touch him. Look at the camera. It's that simple. If I know I ain't do nothing, I'm fine with you.
I hit you.
I'm just a young nigga, I'm a ball like I'm Kobe. And off this Henny, I might OD. If a nigga running up, he better show me. Have a nigga leaking slowly. Man, I'm just trying to put my team on.
Alright, what's up, y'all? ScreamATMePodcast. Y'all know how we do. We keep our ear to the streets. And Sky.
Day.
And Kayne.
Alright, y'all, we here today. And today we're going to start off with Entanglements. Last week we touched on the Will and Jada situation with Austin being a feature, and now Jada's come to the table. She's talked to Will, and I want y'all thoughts on it. Like y'all honest, raw thoughts before I really deep dive into any questions about it. What was your first impression of it?
My first impression was I feel bad for Will. I know that shit hurt. Hearing your wife for how many years they've been married?
Close to 20 probably.
20 years. You got 2 kids.
Oh, since 97. I remember I looked it up.
They've been married since 97.
Yeah.
She talking about this nigga August make her feel good. And
you see the feeling in her face when she said
I would have been hurt. Like that meme that's going around.
Yeah.
Like Will didn't look like that the whole episode. It was just like probably 1 second they clipped it, but in the inside he was hurt. Like,
they've been killing Will with the memes too. I seen one this morning. It was like, you can't even kill Jada because this shit gonna be a Tupac. I'm like, yo, why they doing like that? Like, Will been, I don't think I ever really seen Will take an L before, and like they making this such an L for him.
It's still like one of the baddest bitches.
I'm about to say, like, I was looking at the video, I'm like, well, Jada look good as shit for her.
To this day, she can get it out.
Social media is social media.
Listen, you wind up like, oh, let's come do it, bro.
My take is this. First and foremost, most of my speculations were absolutely right. You know what I'm saying? Just to be perfectly honest, like I like the way she started the job.
Yeah.
Because there's a million other things that's going on, but we're focused on this. So because this has everybody's attention, we'll address it. But here we go. They're a unit. They showed to be a unit, all in all. From the coordinated outfit to the coordinated little high fives, the
bad marriage for life,
the little joke about it, don't get me wrong, I ain't gonna hold you though, keep it a buck. Most black couples, when going through that kind of thing in the media, they might not even make it out of it. So all in all, it truly does still show as a win. At the same time, they did what they needed to do. We are not going to mess up this foundation for a removable piece. Especially over some ass or some dick, like, so it just is what it is. Like, I think that first and foremost, shout out to the crisis manager on their team. Y'all did exactly what y'all were supposed to do. Y'all spun the complete narrative and shut down their website, which completely generates more revenue for them. So we did nothing but pay more into their pockets. That's all we did. You know what I'm saying? Like, it is what it is, the fact that she said that this happened, or Will said that this happened years ago or a year and a half ago, and it's just now coming out.
Right.
At the same time that it happened, right before he dropped that album. He is trying to do more, as far as like gaining capital and trying to get people to attract that album sale or whatever, but it is what it is, yo. It is what it is. To me, they did what they were supposed to do. Yeah. They showed the front. They still gonna remain together. And like he said at the end of the joint, I'm gonna get you back. Everybody think
when he said I'm gonna get you back, like he laughed it off, but I'm like, this nigga is not joking. Like,
I'm not
dead ass about it.
I told a joke to my family and shit, like, if I was them and he said that, as soon as they said cut, Will got on the phone like, bring all the bitches. Big bitches, little bitches, bad bitches, small bitches, fat bitches, fun bitches. Bring them all to the fucking crib because it's about to go down. Like, you know what I'm saying? And that's honestly what it is, because she gonna have to She gonna pay for that. You know, but I ain't gonna hold you. It's no different than how many women have had to stand next to their big name public figure husband while he came out on the cheating scandal, suspicion, whatever the case is. From regular Jones all the way up to the damn White House, dog. It is what it is. Like, you know what I'm saying? And women didn't have to stand there and take it. Like, you know, I ain't gonna hold you. To me, Will did that Joan gracefully, keep it a buck. Like, and at the same time, it's cash out.
I wouldn't even hold my composure like that. I would punch her on the head.
Yeah, I ain't gonna.
But see how
over that.
But to me, you would only feel like a nut personally if you got cheated on. Y'all established this open relationship shit long time ago. Y'all don't even really care about those breakdowns. It's just this one motherfucker. Or he could go against the goddamn whole grain and course of what y'all was doing. And now it became a public topic.
I feel like
it is what it is. Like
behind the scenes, it's bigger than what it is. But like you said, them being a unit, they're not going to show that on any public platform.
No, not going to give you the chance.
I do feel like it was staged. Like I just felt like they rehearsed the shit out of most of that.
Definitely,
because it seemed. But I'm just saying, like it seemed so unauthentic, and they just was like trying to make it a thing. And
but
I'm
that's
like,
what they were supposed to do. That's the crisis management.
That's a fact. I didn't like it,
and that's live, so they gotta.
You know what I'm saying? That's what they were supposed to do.
Will been acting for forever. That shit
but they both been acting for forever, dog. You know what I'm saying?
And you practice and you rehearse. That's what it is.
Come on, this is your script. This is what you're gonna say. We have both of you in the soft blue jeans with the matching denim tops. Okay, his outfit's gonna complement yours. We just need you guys to get that Will and Jada smile going, and we'll be out of this together. They did exactly what they were supposed to do, yo.
I feel like it really shows like the epitome of black love though. Like through 20 years, like you gonna go through ups and downs. Like shit gonna happen. Everybody might not be okay with an open relationship, but shit gonna happen. Like the way that they got through that shit, and they know at the end of the day, like they greater together. Like that's when.
Just like you said, but to me, it's one of the things about. Personally, I think this generation ain't really down for the longevity of marriages. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people look for the easiest way out and then bail, but that's not a marriage. You know what I'm saying? You are going to have ups and downs, trials and tribulations. Y'all going to love each other. Y'all not going to like each other. Y'all going to have money. Y'all going to lose money. Y'all going to not have kids. Y'all going to have kids. Somebody going to have health problems. Somebody going to lose a parent. Shit going to happen. Right. And the ability to withstand together, that's the true test. That's the real, like,
and that shit not as easy as people make it seem.
It's
like
definitely not as easy at all.
Like, dirty over like small situations. Like, all right, this happened or this going on. I'm gonna like separate myself from it. And it's like, but me like growing up and like making that mistake multiple times. I ain't gonna say I did it once. It's happened a few times. It made me understand like being an adult and more so being a man. You can't do that because it's like that like person is there to be. More than just like your partner. That's your crutch, like that's your pillow, that's your everything in the moment. So you have to have that trust to like be there with them. When y'all go through shit, you have to have that trust and that faith that y'all can withstand it, y'all can ride it out, and it'll make y'all stronger once y'all get past it. But
and at the same time, like they
got
did,
that longevity with that.
We can be, like you said, behind the scenes. Like we can be at each other's throats. But when we walk out this door and open this up to whoever, whether it's in family or out of family, don't nobody get a chance to take a step. No, that's still my fucking wife you talking to. Like, don't play with me. Like, you know what I'm saying that I can go right in the car with you. Like, you get on my goddamn nerve. But at the same time, nobody gets to step across that line or whatever. Yeah, that's the way that it's supposed to be. You know, like y'all gotta address that. Y'all gotta handle that. And to me, I applaud them both in the crisis manager. She deserved a raise, you know what I'm saying? Or he deserved a raise because they did their job. Like,
I like that they took their time with it. Like, they didn't rush to get out. A lot of people and stuff like this happened. They didn't do it the next day or the next day. They gave it like almost like a fresh week, maybe a little bit more. And yeah, but that's my point though. It's like they kind of let it like die down in a way. Like, because if they had responded the next day, it would have been in the heat of the moment. They let it die down, then they told their story. I don't even remember August really being a part of it. It's just Will and Jada.
Just it. It's just Will and
Jada. Yeah, it's like the way they did it
are the focal point. Right. He is almost an irrelevant piece that most didn't pay attention to.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna hold you. The ultimate question that I got about all of this is who came up with the term Entanglement.
Yo, that shit is trending right now.
What made y'all use
I had to really Google it. It's an actual term. Like,
it is a term, but who used that in context?
It really means what she meant. Like, the way she used it was
relationship.
Correct.
Like, I didn't even...
Like, the definition, like a complicated or some relationship. She used it, like, perfectly
it's just crazy.
the right way.
It's just crazy.
And now, I've seen the Entanglement remix.
T-shirts.
Every year, memes, everybody's talking about, listen, men cheat, women get an entanglement. Like, all of that shit is everywhere.
The whole genre.
That shit is hilarious, but that's the point. Even that word entanglement just took so much focus off of the problem itself. Nobody's really worried about the fact that, like, you know, most people be heard of this or that, or August spoke out. Everybody worried about a fucking entanglement now. Motherfuckers trying to figure out a way to throw that in their relationship.
No, they're not trying to figure out a way to throw it into their relationship. A lot of people are trying to figure out, are they in entanglements themselves? And let's just keep it a buck. There are more entanglements than actual real world relationships and, you know, true committed partners and stuff. And I ain't necessarily out here bashing relationships. I'm in one myself. You know what I'm saying? I love her, but we real. And yeah, like,
right.
You know, we talk about what it is and what the world is. You know what I'm saying? Like, but yeah, you know, like, that's just what it is. It's just crazy to me a little bit that whole thing done took a topic, a name, a meme, a T-shirt within its own.
Yeah, like it grew
you know
so
much. Like it grew so much out of
that.
They done took what you call movie cover and put them on the faces and stuff.
I done seen people re-record, like people putting in Will's spot. And like Jada saying what they saying, they just like entanglement.
It's
like,
crazy.
And getting super creative. Yeah, Funny Boy Cool did it. That shit was hilarious. Like they really did their thing with that. And I didn't expect it to be that good, but I get it. I mean, bravo. That's really all I can say at the end of the day.
Exactly.
Like
applause.
Yeah, they outsmarted everybody. August publicists or whoever they fired.
They lost.
That's a huge L. Like. Man, nobody's thinking about him.
You better hope somebody downloaded that album before that John came out, or before they watched the interview.
No, Rick Ross was like, that nigga should come out with an album titled Entanglement.
Now, if you do that,
I might listen.
Right.
But most people would listen to it.
If I hear Entanglement, I'm expecting them to say some shit.
That was their goal with the album. To drop this interview, to make people go listen to the album, to see what kind of hints, clues, or context he dropped in the album to relate it to Jada. But if you go make an album named Entanglement, you are definitely going to have to address this situation if it's coming from him. So it would be the same kind of idea, but to me, it's late. I mean,
listen, now I feel like it's going to die down soon enough, but
I don't think so.
Entanglement, I feel like it can go on for so much longer.
I'm
still waiting for somebody to say this shit.
Drop an album called Entanglement.
Oh yeah.
They're gonna shoot the shit out.
Yeah,
that's gonna be funny as shit. That was such a odd word to use. It was like, I think that's why people so stuck on it. Like, what was like?
We've been saying that in Philly for years. We talk
right.
Me and my girl, we talk.
Right now they have the actual
term to it. Yeah, like have a term to it.
Next thing you get a text like, what it is? Dating or this is dating? I need to know.
But I keep it a buck. Shorty, you still got him over there? Well, then, you know, we entangled because I still got something over here. And until everybody ready to cut them ties.
Everybody, whenever they feel like they're in entanglement, they're going to think of Will and Jada. I'm not Will and Jada, August and Jada. Like,
untangle me, I'm out.
Right.
It's too much.
Yeah, but I mean, they did a good job on that. But we wanted to touch on that because that was from last week, so we wanted to see how she responded. But what I really want to touch on is something that's been trending a lot is the whole Wayfair situation. And for y'all that may not know, a lot of people have come out accusing Wayfair of being involved in sex trafficking. And more importantly, sex trafficking of minors through the selling of their appliances. And the way that it's been going from what I've been seeing is you'll see everyday dressers, pillows, couches that may be worth for measly $40, $200 out there for $10,000. Some of these appliances have names to them, and people have been matching it to names of missing people, all of those things. And I just kind of want y'all to touch on what do y'all think about this entire Wayfair thing? Do y'all feel like it's true? Do y'all feel like it's not?
I feel like it could be true. I'm not putting nothing past anybody in today's society.
Okay.
But I find it hard to believe. I'm lost on why would $1 million industry do some shit like this to jeopardize?
Sex trafficking bring a lot of money.
But why? That's like me being a millionaire and selling drugs. Why
do people take the risk that they take? More money. $1 million to people that are rich really ain't shit.
How how does, because it can't be a one person sex trafficking thing. How does one Wayfair employee don't stumble across something or hear something or smell something and come out and say something after all these years?
I mean, like you said, it is a legit business. So everything isn't going to be dirty.
Like,
now, I'm not saying that they are or aren't, but I'm just kind of playing devil's advocate with it. But you got to think, say the people at the top of Wayfair are into this, and there's other names that's been thrown around. Ella's been thrown around. The Clintons have been thrown around. Like, these are all big name people that supposedly could be in this entire sex trafficking ring. So if you are at the top, you know people who to hire. You know people that are willing to do this dirt to bring this shipment
there to this day. Like, nobody got fired.
I mean, you gotta
nobody
think
got
though.
written up. Nobody know.
You gotta think though.
argument.
If you're hired to deliver or transport some fucking kids, you going down with them. So why would you snitch? One, two. I mean, they can kill you too. I'm just saying, we're not gonna act like these aren't powerful people.
Oh, I ain't transport
three.
shit. I saw them transport.
But I ain't gonna hold you and keep it a buck. How much do you really know when it comes down to transport? Because you may honestly think as a driver, motherfucker, you are transporting. You transport shelves.
It was just heavy
My
shit.
thing is, you can also be transporting and not even unknowing. Like, they can have their own unknowing.
You don't know
like, they can be in a labor system.
And that's my thing. To me, I ain't gonna hold you. I take all stories, necessarily with a grain of salt, but at the same time with a hint that there can always be truth to it with everything. You mean, this is not the first time that someone's rung this bell or cried this whistle that something suspicious has been going on. And right here and now, to the couple videos, the couple posts that have come out here in the last couple weeks where there are identical names to basically SKU numbers of products that are attached. And, making that correlation, not just having the missing person from this state and then this product over here on their website being sold. No, there is someone and people that have made those connections of those missing dots. And to me, it's too much evidence to refute. I take this no different than I take the child that said they were sexually abused or trafficked or whatever. From my standpoint, the first time I hear any of that, we are either going to the authorities or we are going to pursue this as something that needs to be addressed and confronted. I cannot, because a lot of kids, and what seems to be the norm is that people gotta outcry multiple times to get someone to believe or tell them they gotta tell another victim that they can relate to, or they're waiting until 10 years later and they feel older and bold enough about it to speak on it. But, that parent, that uncle, that aunt, they ignored that outcry from Jump Street. Yeah. We need to start paying attention to these things, especially because it's related to small children, women, girls, victims, period. These are lives. These are people. There are families looking for their children. And you mean to tell me that my child has the potential to be sold online like a fucking pillow? Yeah. And I'm supposed to sit here and just calmly take the story as the news decides or deciphers what they're going to talk about or what they're not going to talk about?
And it's hard for people to speak out when so many people turn an eye to this.
Turn an eye, exactly.
When more people come forward, it gives you the courage to bring forth new evidence. It gives you courage to bring forth your story. Like, I'm pretty sure there's people that had possibly escaped.
Like, some of the things that I saw, because I really don't believe shit that I be seeing online. So, like, I put in, like, the same search. I don't know, Wayfair could have changed that shit, which they probably should have. But I didn't get those same results when I was searching up some
of the shit. They did a video. Yeah, no, they did a video on it. This dude literally recorded a video, and he was like, this has been recorded for like an hour. And he was like, watch as I refresh it. Like, when he refreshed it, it went from $10,000 to like $40. Like, he's like, since it's been trended on Facebook and Twitter, they've since then dropped their prices back to normal prices.
But to me, I go back to the ultimate question when researching, when talking about these topics, when thinking about the abnorm or what some would call conspiracy theories. What makes it a conspiracy theory? If the question or information is necessarily to some degree out there. And don't get me wrong, yes, there are false stories, there are false narratives, there are fucking fake videos, to an extent that are out there as well. But when you have information that has not come in, because this isn't the first time, because there's even what I saw most recently connected to the Wayfair thing was that I believe there was a guy that was arrested. I'm not sure of the state, but he was arrested for sex trafficking, kids in his home. and the motherfucker had on a Wayfair employee t-shirt.
Oh shit.
So
You know what I'm saying? Like,
would you like the term more so accused than conspiracy theory when it comes to this?
I ain't in the. Fuck
You
all the
don't care about
accusations.
that.
Yeah, fuck the titles, the accusations,
Okay.
all of that extra shit. Because to me personally, that's no different than them putting that fast label of a thug or a criminal on somebody before you fucking know what's going on. Now, at the same time, if you are identified as that suspect or that person that's in question, motherfucker, you gotta wear that. I don't care if you're a company or the bull in the street. If you did it, but they got me, bro, I ain't got shit to do with it. And that's gonna be my story from the beginning till I get out of this joint. But if they pin you and you did it, and you know you did it, you can try and play that game as long as you want, but eventually, you know, something, you know, gotta come out of that shit. Like, but yeah, like, I'm not cool with that whole joint, but I just think that somebody needs to do the investigation. I am so tired of we knew about this case for 10 years, but no one did anything. And this has come across our desk about 3 different times, but, you know, for this reason it didn't go down that time, or for this reason something didn't happen.
So what do you think happens when they have people in high places and the authorities in their pocket? Like, how do you go about that other than, like, just the idea? Because I feel like the easy answer is just try your best to expose them on the internet.
But you just said the key, I think, to all of the shit. When they have higher authorities in the pocket. That's the fucking key.
Right.
Because if them higher authorities, whether cops, whether judges, whether politicians, if they are buyable, there is no level to what is deemed, you know, cause of arrest or, you know, investigation or whatever, because, well, if I can cover it up for him, then I can't cover it up for that person. That's not justice. That's the whole basis and bias back to the overall system. It's supposed to be equal, not.
I mean, we all know how America goes.
What's going to end up happening is somebody going to stumble across one of these on the website. They're going to order that shit and see if a fucking kid or whatever come to their front door.
I feel like it's deeper than that, though. I feel like they're smart enough to have like a verification process or something, because just like it's a realm of pedophiles
secret
on websites where like they know.
How do you find out about this?
But it's a secret.
You gotta know somebody that knows somebody. You gotta know somebody that's in that club.
You gotta be into that joint.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's how it usually starts. The higher people do this, they test out the market and then they trickle it down. They tell a guy. Had a whole organization, a whole list.
Or at the same time, who knows if truly which way, you know.
That's the question I wanted to ask you.
Pass, you know, women around or whatever. Like,
a lot of people have been saying, like, you know, a lot of big name people are into this. Like Obama, maybe. I said he is. Oprah, maybe. But that's my point. I personally say, can't put nothing past anybody. Obama could very well be in it. I'm not saying he is. I hope he's not. But you gotta think.
Michelle beat Obama the fuck up.
Listen,
like that.
Image is everything. No. How do you feel?
Image is everything. And people gotta be paid.
You said no, I'm not.
Those
See, but that's my point. This is the type of person.
Those presidential
if he is
elections,
doing it, people like you allow him to skate free.
You know what I'm saying? You gotta don't get me wrong. Now, being
for Obama and this shit, I'm not voting for him.
A lot of people act like Obama black Jesus. I'm just
because
saying.
we plan
fucking black Jesus.
Because we plan Obama. Because you brought up Obama, I'm gonna answer this the best way I know how. But if we talking in a sense of cooperation, if he involved, the motherfucker need to go down. I don't care.
I'm not saying that he's right at the top of this shit.
To me, at the same time, I don't think that there is cooperation on his part. I believe that, if anything, Obama may have been on the planes and things, but I ain't gonna hold you, motherfucker. I'm running for president. I need, $500 million to $250 million. Like, I gotta get that bread from somewhere to get this election in pocket. So I need to pull together all of my Jay-Z resources and all of the homies too. But at the same time, he had to go to business.
You think he would do that knowing that it's sex trafficking ring. He was.
But that's just it. What do you know about the sex trafficking ring? I watched Jeffrey Epstein, Joe. You know what I'm saying? They said some people been on the plane and been to the island that wasn't in their fucking kids. But there was motherfuckers on the island and on the plane fucking kids.
How do
I'm
y'all
talking
feel
about
about
Obama type people.
How do y'all feel about the
look
people
like
that-
Oprah
Obama
Winfrey.
type people? I don't know what you mean by that.
Like-
images and everything? There's a lot of Obama type people, but who really
Like a
Obama
person like
type people?
Obama or Oprah that people look up to and worship and like.
All right, I'm gonna say this right now
voices of the
before we
black
go any
community.
further. I don't like y'all might feel a
I said
different way.
people. I didn't say me.
I know. I'm saying like the viewers might feel a
Obama
way.
do shit for me.
But I personally feel like there's no damn way Oprah's this fucking clean. I'm just gonna be honest because there's nobody that clean. I'm sorry. Nobody
what do
gets
you-
to the status that she is at being as clean as you can be. Like you just don't. Like in this world, I just don't feel like you can. Like it's too much corruption
So you-
around you.
you-
to do
you-
so. I'm not saying she's in this.
So to
I'm
get
just
to
saying
that,
she's
yeah,
not as
to get to
clean.
that level is
Right.
somebody you took advantage of.
You have to
or
do.
something
You
like
have
that.
to do dirt with the devil
But
somewhere.
of this
Do you know that some of the
magnitude, I don't
women,
believe it.
you know that some of the girls from them schools that she got in Africa have come out to say that they've either been raped, molested, or trafficked?
I'm not surprised, but that doesn't mean Oprah had something to do with it though.
How much?
So if LeBron, you know how LeBron started school in Ohio or whatever, right? If one of them get raped or assaulted or something like that,
One?
that got
It
something
was
to
like
do with
no
LeBron.
no
more than
different.
one, though.
Let's keep it a buck.
I think.
If that's where you go, then you need an analogy. I love these kind of situations. Here's the analogy: Michael Vick and his friends with the dogs.
He was actively in the school. He was actively there at the house seeing this shit.
Okay.
You really think LeBron witnessed? I mean, not LeBron, but Oprah was there and witnessed or knew about girls
Witness
getting
what?
assaulted?
Witness what though?
Girls
You may-
getting raped.
I may not have witnessed them being actually
knew about
physically raped, but to an
Why
extent,
wouldn't word get back to
money
Oprah about
and
her own
bread
school?
is fucking everything,
And
dog.
kids in
Like,
her school that
and
are
don't get me
doing
wrong, I'm not here to bash anybody. I'm not here to
Right, this
take
is all just our own opinion, a
X
little
to
speculation.
our black pioneers, our black
Right.
voices, or anything like that. But at the same time, I am equal and mutual across ground.
Yeah.
If there is anything of question worthy of investigation or partial proof, we need to figure out the damn truth.
Yeah.
If your name get brought up in the murder that happened, bro, I'm sorry. While I know you, you gotta go answer that shit. You have to go speak for yourself.
Right.
Go tell them where you was. Go let them run the car. Go dust your goddamn hands. See if it's any kind of gun residue on your shit. You have to go and that's where the term of the whole phrase come, guilty until proven innocent. When you don't say shit,
right.
try and pull guilty. You gotta prove this shit a little bit. I don't like the label, but that's just the way it is.
It's innocent until proven.
And that's innocence until proven guilty. Well, it should be innocence until proven guilty, but the way the goddamn streets is and the way the cops are, it's guilty until proven innocent. They can say what they want, but that's no different how they coerce almost half of the people that get into them investigation rooms and make them say what they want to say in the papers, and then the shit comes out that that's not exactly what happened.
So I feel like if just because someone was raped in Oprah's school or whatever doesn't mean that it's a child trafficking sex ring or anything like that.
No,
when
it
you heard
doesn't.
him, though.
But
He said
how
there
many-
was multiple women that
but
were
how
raped,
many
and they
does it
said that
take?
they were sex trafficked.
How many
Out of
does
their
it
own
take
You
to
think
then
with or
false-
without that school, that shit is going on in Africa right now?
that
as
shit
we
going
speak?
on across the fucking world?
How Oprah is
No
one person
different
going to
than-
stop that?
No different than
No,
the
it's not
slave
about
trade. It's
stopping
not
it.
about her
It's about the
stopping
possibility
it.
about her
It's
knowing
not
about
even
it.
about her true necessarily like.
I know about it. This
involved.
shit happened in Africa.
But that's just it.
What
It's
can we
just-
do about it to stop it though?
If
Nigga,
it was
she the
in-
same person that
if
built
it
the
was
school
in
there,
your
too.
crib,
Or what are we gonna do? Shut the school down?
to an extent, something or some kind of investigation, redetermination of people that work there or go through the criteria of their background, something
You don't
needs
believe
to happen.
that would have? You don't think Oprah would have had that happen? She
So
would
let me ask you
just
a
turn a
question.
blind eye.
So what do you do? Like you're saying, what do we do? What do you do? Do you let these kids continue to get raped? These are
Fuck no.
little kids.
But what
little
hap-
ass
what do you
girls
do?
that's younger than your sister or some of your little cousins.
What do you do?
What like you saying? What do you?
I'm
nothing?
broke, but-
No, I'm saying, but in this position, you try your best to figure out what the fuck happened. You make it a
Exactly.
media
So
problem.
how is Oprah cooperating or being a part of that? Like y'all said, Obama or Oprah would.
I'm not
We're
saying
not
they're
saying we said
cooperating.
could.
I'm
I'm never
saying
saying
it's
they
a
did it,
possibility.
but I'm saying
Then these
I
are
don't
real
know.
questions. I don't think that I don't necessarily, and I ain't necessarily trying to say one's better than the other or I favor more than the other. I don't necessarily think that Obama had something to do with it because I understand where he had to go. And motherfucker, I gotta go to some people that don't like to get this.
Hey, so let me say question. If he's on that plane watching it happen but not speaking out against it, he has nothing to do with it to you?
Oh no! If he watched something happen, then he.
I mean, if you're on that, I feel like if you're doing dirt with these people, and this is my opinion, you're going to have to see something. But like they gotta feel like you're in it somewhere.
No, you don't. No, you don't. Because I ain't gonna hold you. If you really watch that documentary, dog, the motherfucker built his own damn near private secure mansion. Y'all seen Taken? Y'all seen the damn movies? You know, the crib was upstairs. The party was going on. 3 levels downstairs in the basement, they had 14 different rooms where they were selling bitches.
No, I get that. But like you said, if he's getting money from these people, doing dirt with them, do you think that they really wouldn't have their own dirt on him? Make him do something or make him watch something?
Not to an extent, because at the same time, for what the president, you're not gonna get the president in that. But at the same
before he became the president.
But I got you now as the president because I have your bread. You have my bread. Okay. So I got you on the back end. I don't need you on the front end. You know what I'm saying? Now, other people, I may have to get you on some joint like,
a councilman or something like that. But not
councilman or guilty politicians. You like, well,
you seen The Wire?
We got a video and shit on you, so you want to take care of this. I'm saying like that kind of shit to me, like, or at least that's how I look at it. Like, it's when you hear the shit come up in the news lines to me too many times, you cannot not shine that light on it. And to me, necessarily, I got no problem seeing a story one time and I'm gonna Google it. This joint, it's out.
There's multiple videos from a while like this.
That's why I don't trust it. Like you seen the Gilly thing where he said all lives matter 5 years ago, and they put it in like they tried to make spin it like it was yesterday or some shit like that.
But that is trust the internet. But see, I ain't gonna hold you. To me, it's not a thing about not trusting the internet. To me, that's the internet. Because at the same time, while you say you don't trust it, and we know that there's false stories. There's also lots of truth that go on out of there. There's petitions that have resurfaced for cases being overturned and murderers to be reconvicted and all kinds of things like that happen because of the outpour on social media. No different than the little boy that got killed in the school and wrapped up in the mats. There's been over 1 million comments and petition letters that have gone to the governors. Now, I still think that it's a higher.
I feel like that and altering the video is two different things, though. That shows the pros and the cons of social media, and that's two different spectrums.
To me,
that's the point. You need the pros and the cons.
You need the
pros. Understand the good and the bad. That's the only way why you need it, why you don't need it.
But I'm saying a petition and altering a video is two different things. Though.
But the same.
I can trust signing a petition. Like I'm not trusting somebody.
You sure about that? Because I ain't gonna hold you. So many people scam motherfuckers off of them petitions.
I'm not. I don't give out no money.
But I ain't gonna. But that's just it. It's the same basis and platform. The good and the bad.
I don't trust it. That's why I'm not giving out no money.
You don't trust it all. But see, I ain't gonna hold you. That keeps you safe to an extent. That keeps you not from putting your information.
I seen a few of them George Floyd
journalists.
What the fuck?
Wait, so that's your question. Since you don't trust the internet nor the information from it, where do you get your information?
No. I'm not gonna say I don't trust the internet, but when I see something, it's not just I believe it. I'm not just gonna go jump out the roof. I seen this on the internet. I'm not about to go jump out the roof. Let me do some more research. Let me find some valuable sources, some. Not some .coms or some blogs or some Weebly, some real valuable resources, some shit that's fucking.
Google some more of that stuff about Mayfair, bro. Because I'm telling you, it's out there.
Wayfair.
But where else do you think you're gonna?
Wayfair.
Where else do you think you're gonna get like information like this on? Like, because I sometimes be having like that same mindset, but it's like if it's something as big as this, you're not gonna see Wayfair on any government website.
9 times out of 10,
you're going to see it on a Weebly or a .com because it's people. That's how people that either may have seen or experienced it. Like
there are scholarly articles and people who research this shit and have money from grants and things like that who get paid. Like I can go do a blog site right now on all opinion. Like if I see that, I'm not reading. Right. Unless it's like some shit about like the coronavirus or some shit like that, and I want to see when we going in the green phase. But if it's something that's real, like that's what I was like taught in school. Like I'm not. But I wouldn't put that in the paper.
But no different than the goods and the bads. Because if I got my own money, I can buy my own newspaper ad to say
but this shit is
to say or whatever. Like.
It has to be peer reviewed by other doctors or other scientists. Like you can't.
That's my point though. So like, how do you? But information like this isn't going to be peer reviewed by who? it's people that may be telling that story. So how do you know what to look for from your
That's
perspective?
why I'm not going to trust it.
So you're not going to look at any of it.
I'll look at it, but I have to take it with a grain of salt.
No, but you just said you're not reading
it,
and you said Googleese or .com. So where are you reading it from if you're not reading it on the sites that some of these people with smaller voices can only speak from? But these
how do they know?
Where do they know? Like I said, some of these people may have experienced it. Some of these people may have seen it. They've escaped. Like every sex trafficker doesn't stay sex trafficked forever. They don't all die. Some do escape.
Okay, if you have if you're a primary source, I have no choice but to listen to you.
But how do you know if you don't go to the Weebies and stuff? These websites that
I'm clearly going to Google it and see what comes up. All right, that's like one of the top ones. All right, I click it. I can I'm not going to say I basically judge it by the book. I judge the book by its cover. Like I read the first 3 sentences or see who it's by or some shit like that and see if I'm going to read it or not. Okay. I'm not just going to not read it because it says .com.
All right, so I got a question. While you take every story with a grain of salt, in the case of you making a determination as to if this deserves to be investigated or swept under the rug,
all be investigated.
That's my point with everything. Mm-hmm. That's all I get to. I don't care if there's suspicion, investigate.
If she says she's raped, even if I wasn't even near. I had nothing to do with it. It should still be investigated.
You know what I'm saying?
Whether it's a lie or truth, and the investigation is going to show whether it's truth or a lie. That's your fucking job.
As long as that's your mentality, regardless to the name that's attached to it, back to our point, it should be fair enough to be.
Exactly.
Oh, all right, so we
if I say I smacked the shit out of me, call the cops should come here and investigate. What? I didn't touch him. Look at the camera. It's that simple. If I know I didn't do nothing, I'm fine with you.
I hit him. It's like, no.
Niggas just trying to smack me today. But yeah, that was kind of what your answers was like. If he saw, I was just trying to figure out where it was at.
But see, that's just it though. That's what it's about though. You know, it's raw topic. It's raw feeling. But this is what I love about the media. Mm-hmm. It can drive conversations to be based on topics that some want to talk about. It's also topics that some don't want to talk about.
It's like I got trust issues with the media. It's like if a girl lied to you 7 times, all right, now the 8th time, now I want to know where you was at, what you was doing, and I'm gonna put it together myself. That's the same thing I do with the media.
Yeah,
all right, I see that. All right, now I got to figure it out for myself. Like the Wayfair. I still don't know. None of us fucking know.
None of us know. Yeah,
I
think it needs to be investigated.
It don't matter what it's on. We don't know.
Figure it out. Somebody gotta take the time to investigate and figure it out.
There's people doing it. It's not official. Like there's some girl that I know. Like I told you, she was sending me article after article, website link after link, and half the time I was busy, so I really wasn't trying to see it. But once this started to come up more, I went back to them links, and it's like so many videos and articles of people that's talking from experience, or people that may have worked there and stuff like that. And it's people that really do this shit like a job every day, searching for more shit.
The boy named from Empire when he came out with that, when he came out with that story, and everybody was going all hard, and then the whole time he was fucking lying.
What Dave Chappelle called him? Juicy Smollett. Yeah, about him. And that was crazy though, because that just shows you how much something that you want to believe is real can be fake. Like the way he painted it, that's the perfect racist crime. Like hate crime. We all black people now outraged, and we all there for him. When it was all just because
before I jump out the window, I want to know. I want to know, and I want to make sure it's true. And like in terms of people,
just like you said, you asked the questions in the beginning though, because when the story came out with that specific one, Chicago, 2 a.m. subway, you're lying, okay?
Yeah, you know the person I do want to give a shout out to though is Charlemagne. From the beginning, he said he believed him and
Charlemagne the God.
Yeah, him and what's his name that got a podcast now too?
Joe Budden.
Yeah, him and Joe Budden both said it on their shows. They not buying it. Like from the rip, they both were saying it when it first came out. Like I'm not buying it. It just don't sound. It sounds too perfect, and literally it came out and it was too perfect.
Yeah,
in terms of like boycott and Wayfair and all that, I don't think that's going to last either. Especially with the black community, we don't boycott shit. We back at H&M.
I was both in Wayfair.
I didn't matter. I don't got no furniture, but we never boycotted H&M. We still back at fucking Gucci. We still back at Starbucks. The problem
with us though, like when it could be intense, we're not when people saying like boycott.
That's why it's like.
Nobody was really going to do it. Like there was a couple people that was doing it. Most people can't. Yeah, I'm not exactly. But like a lot of people, like
I never went to Starbucks.
It won't like if they say right now, boycott Abercrombie & Fitch. Everybody with it because they don't buy it. It's not an inconvenience. You say boycott Polo. Niggas not boycott Polo. They're like, what, bro? I got Polo, this, and that. You want me to not wear it?
A drawer.
They're going to be like, I don't fuck with Polo, but I'm going to still wear the clothes I bought. There's literally going to be a lot of people lying. So it's like, even with the Wayfair thing, oh, they got this nice dresser that's going to go perfect with my room, the last piece. They going to turn
me buying it not going to hurt them.
Yeah, like somebody going to buy it regardless. That's literally going to be their mindset. They going to get their money regardless. Like all of that is their mindset.
Understand that there is power in our dollar.
And I think that's what people I think people are starting to see that with like the movement that we've been doing for the last few months. Like it's power in people. At the end of the day, if it's 20 million of us and 10 million of us stop spending that money, that profit is going down. True. It's a high enough margin that they're going to notice. So it's something that now has to be addressed.
I've seen it all before.
Yeah.
Like, it gotta last.
Right. That's really it. And a lot of people don't be willing to weather the storm. And that's the biggest issue. Like a lot of people, they downfall for a little bit, but then after a while they get inconsistent. They don't want to do it no more. They got something else to do. Like, that's kind of everything with us. This is the course that people go on.
Starbucks right here. I don't feel like walking 3 blocks to go in there.
Yeah, like, or, oh shit, Dunkin' Donuts don't got this flavor of the iced coffee I want.
Or Taco Bell, when they fired the boy from the Black Lives Matter. Or
yeah,
like Wendy's and all them supporting Trump and everybody. They don't want long as fucking shit. Yeah, like, that's why, I don't even care no more.
He said, I'm kind of hungry.
I'm sorry, you start mentioning food.
That's how it was with Chick-fil-A too. I remember the guy first came out said that he was against like the whole LGBTQ community. Mm-hmm. Everybody was trying to boycott him until they wanted a chicken sandwich. Yep. Then everybody was back going to get a chicken sandwich.
They boycotted him on Sundays.
Right, exactly. Like Sundays, nobody was there.
And then
not an inconvenience. They closed anyway on Sunday.
Yeah.
Back Monday morning for the little hash browns or whatever. Like, and that's my point. But I mean, long story short, for me, I feel like most people in high or higher power, it's always questionable. I'm not saying that they're guilty. Like, I'm not saying Oprah is guilty. I'm just saying, for me, it's personally a little hard to believe that she hasn't done some dirt to get to where she's got today. I'm not saying that she couldn't have built it all on her own. She could have got it from the muscle. But look at where she started and look at where she is now.
It just needs to be.
She's definitely not perfect, but I don't think she's
of course she's not perfect. Right, that's why I said I'm not saying this in particular. Like, I never said that she was in this particularly. I'm just saying in general. I feel like it's something she's into. Like,
I wouldn't be surprised.
That's my point, though. My biggest thing is, my biggest takeaway or my biggest message was just don't be, anybody can do anything. I wouldn't be surprised if they said Obama was out here shooting little babies. Like, would it be hard to believe? Yeah. But would I be surprised? No, because you can't hold nothing against nobody. I don't care what image. Yeah, I'm not saying Obama out here shooting babies. Don't get all hype about it. I'm just saying you can't put nothing past anybody. With Obama being such a loved man, I know from the jump, a lot of people will come to his beck and call saying, nah, that's not my president. He didn't do that. But if Trump did it, everybody all for it. But it's because of the image. Because the image of Obama is so great, a lot of people would.
I wouldn't be surprised if Trump was doing it.
I mean, yeah, exactly. You prove my point. I wouldn't either. It's Trump. We know him already for being himself. Obama isn't somebody that seems like he would do it, though, so we would be surprised. But in this day and age, image is everything. You can say you're this and really be doing that. And that's just kind of how life goes to me. And with these people in power, that's kind of how it is. So, I mean, any last thoughts on the whole Wayfair situation for either one of y'all?
Investigate it and let's see what happens.
That's right. Wait, have you ever bought from Wayfair?
No, sir.
Okay. I didn't even really know what Wayfair was before this whole thing. Like, I knew about it, but I didn't know deeply about it. And
IKEA kind of expensive.
And IKEA stuff like the great.
The best quality.
Yeah. We ain't even gonna get it.
That's when we go to Raymond Flynn.
Make some furniture.
We ain't got no sponsors.
I'm making no fucking furniture. We go on them fucking mattress spots on the ad or something.
Some of them Jones be left. I ain't gonna lie to you. Like, some of them Jones,
they
really will set you up.
It is what it is.
Okay, well, since we kind of got through that whole people in power thing, I do want to touch about another man that's trying to get into power.
Oh my God.
And it's Kanye. As y'all know, Kanye's been saying that he's about to run for president. He's been declaring it for the last couple of days or weeks. And I want to know how do y'all feel about Kanye in particular trying to become president?
Didn't he miss the primary already though? Like,
that's when I was like seeing all this, I'm like,
do you mean like 2024?
This isn't the time for the political stunt and just the PR move.
You know what he's doing?
All of that stuff. Like this
ain't it. He's about to come out.
I mean, and I ain't gonna hold you to me. This may be another John, like where you going to block somebody else that may gear more votes another way, and that. To me, all of that shit.
And y'all falling for it.
Y'all falling for it.
Yeah, I'm
all
about to say,
that shit is stupid.
He's too irrational to be president.
It's just dumb to
too
me.
many
like, he should not even be Donald Trump to me shouldn't even have been an eligible candidate to been able to be on the ballot. I don't care about how deep the pocket is. I don't care about notoriety or just public acceptance. There needs to be real education. Work in the communities, work at the government and whatever, all the different levels before you work your way up to that, because you need to see how these different groups and parties need to interact and what the ultimate goal is working through these parties before you get to that kind of power. This shit to me is annoying. Shut the fuck up, go dye your hair, go smoke some weed, go make another baby, at the job, whatever you want to do, bro, go do all of that other shit. And to me, to an extent, I'm all for a man conquering his goals and setting another one and, going for the shit that's outlandish and unreachable. But this shit, bro, chill. You already got a following. So some young, some middle-aged, some that just are so anti-government will just side with you. Yeah. And that shit can truly fuck this nation and country up, bro.
Even more than this already.
Please. The Kardashian world, that kind of money, that shit is not life or reality. They are reality TV stars, but it's not real life reality, okay? Someone yells cut and action for them to say those lines and do those things and spend that bread. And, while the public eye is on them, no different than the presidency. And, to him, it's the same kind of thing because he gets the same amount of likes as the president. But this is not the job for just a social media driven hypocrite. Yeah. From any platform, from any background. I can't stand Donald Trump's fucking Twitter fingers. I definitely wouldn't be able to stand Ye's at that point or standpoint or whatever. What I'm saying? I don't want him posting pictures and drawing at the White House. I don't think we need that either to progress. Just shut the fuck up.
So how do y'all feel about other important artists, I guess? Chance the Rapper is the biggest one I've seen. He's been championing this whole thing. He's been really out there driving a message.
That's his man.
He says, and I mean that's a big fact. But it's how do you feel about that added influence? In his tweets, he's saying he'd rather Trump over Biden. He'd rather Trump over. Not Trump. He'd rather Kanye over Biden. My bad. Yeah,
I ain't gonna hold you. I got my issues with president or candidate Biden too. None of these motherfuckers in that regard are truly clear, perfect, or whatever.
Clean,
you know what I'm saying?
Or clean for the people.
Exactly.
They
know what to say.
For Bernie, dog. Bernie, I don't know how he votes.
They know what to say. You know what I'm saying? They know exactly how to spin it. I don't know.
Free college, forget student loans. That was my.
Everybody was ready to vote for Bernie that year.
Andrew Yang. I definitely had my eyes on those two candidates.
I think Bernie's Achilles heel was just the age.
But see, to me, it shouldn't fucking matter because it takes time. This motherfucker was
a lot of people put that up as a concern, his constant health issues and all of that.
He the fucking president. Y'all gonna have a stunt double for him for half the goddamn press conferences and anyway. What does it matter? What does it matter? At that standpoint, he can still push the button and still make an earnest decision for the betterment of the people. Age should not be a requirement. Don't get me wrong. Is his age up there? Yes. But the motherfucker only gotta live 4 years. Once he becomes president, y'all got shot. Y'all got a bunch of other shit that'll keep him healthy. He good.
It happened in 4 years.
Look, he's straight. He made it this goddamn long. To me, when you look at all he's truly been a part of, not just what he's done, but all he's been a part of. Yeah. Those true walks, in Selma and all of that shit that he was there hand in hand as a part of from the beginning, or not the beginning, but that standpoint to now. He pledged to be more of an eligible candidate in some areas. None of them are 100% perfect to me, but Kanye does not even deserve to be in this fucking conversation.
Wait, so is there anyone in the entertainment business that you wouldn't mind trying to run for president?
Ooh.
Just anyone that you could think of ever in entertainment. Because I feel this is going to become more of a thing. I don't like the fact that Trump, a businessman, never really.
But he opened up that doorway.
He started.
To be honest, it don't matter who. Jesus can be president. There's so many hoops and jumps you got to get through to get shit passed, and so much politics and partisanship. It don't matter who's president.
Just to address what you just said.
Well, I don't.
If Jesus is president, he can kill Congress and all the other sides of the parties and anybody that didn't go against him. So. Y'all think y'all showing up to the one of the meetings and he gonna be there for your last supper and just you're done. You know what I'm saying? Like that's
I feel like
the
I get
difference.
what you're saying, but the face definitely does matter. Like other countries
the
may
face
hate us
in the
just for
stance
Trump.
matters, yo.
No,
All of that shit matters. Like all of it matters. But to me, all of it has to be addressed. That position holds so much power and it's so weighted. And you mean while we all think that it's the main seat in the house, that shit is connected to so many other strings.
Yeah, of course.
Before he can verbalize, say, or do any goddamn thing. But you mean no matter what, nothing against gay. I love your music, bro. I love your work ethic, your grind. I love your hustle, your wife, your family. Stay the fuck out of politics. And just keep it a buck,
I want to know your opinion. Y'all think, like, at this point, I plan on not voting for president. Like, no more. Like, y'all feel like I'm wrong for that?
Yeah. Because you still have a vote. I don't give a fuck how you weigh it.
Mm-hmm.
I just feel like it depends on if there's someone of interest there for you. Like if you feel like there's someone that can actually make a change for you, or two things. If you feel like it's someone that can actually make a change for you, yes. Or if you feel like it's someone that will hurt us even more than the average person, then yeah. But I feel like that's kind of like how it goes. Like a lot of people didn't vote in the Trump situation because Hillary, Trump, like the lesser evil.
I'm
like
not
that's kind of how I
last name clear. They put too many black
you
people on bars.
I understand where you're going with it, and I understand the mindset.
Like this shit gonna change.
The presidential ballot that
do you
goes
still
out,
vote for your community?
But see,
yeah, I'm still voting for
you
legislators.
You got to do it both ways, bro. You got to do it. It's the whole fucking ticket. It's from the smallest of communities all the way leading to the fucking White House. So you have a vote to exercise in every goddamn category. And no, you may not find a candidate that is pro your ideas, choices, beliefs, whatever. But at the same time, you can vote against the motherfucker that you don't like too. And that's where I'm with it at. Like, don't get me wrong. I don't know, and I don't want to say that, because a lot of politics, to me, comes down to choosing the lesser of two evils. Because no one really is ever the best fully suited outside of Obama in my eyes that we've ever seen.
I would love to see Michelle run.
Yeah, me too. And I really thought that was
I would love to see it. I feel like a lot of people, because they love the Obama family, would have
put Michelle as his running mate.
Yeah,
I would have ran for him.
On the ticket.
I would have did that too. Because at the same time, even if, which ultimately I think will happen with him if he becomes president, his real agenda will surface. If he had someone like a Michelle Obama in office and he knows exactly what her and her husband still stand for,
you want to get the black man?
and they still have the political eye and attention on them, so you do have to make more shit equaler or whatever, it would have been better. You know what I'm saying? I think that would have worked out best for him.
Who is his vice president?
I don't fucking know.
Pick one.
I don't know.
But I feel like,
I don't know.
Like, my grandma be telling me, like, she be talking about like, how I was growing up, shit like that, school, shit like that. And she was born in 1947. Shit in my neighborhood still ain't changed to this day. Like, it don't matter who was the president. Like, I didn't heard it all.
To me, that's the shit with the Census Bureau and stuff. Yeah,
like, that's why I feel like
change.
I feel like it's
Trump
more
was the worst of the worst that we could have possibly had, and my life still ain't changed. Like,
everybody was making it seem like the world going, we're gonna get nuked. All of that when he first got elected, and I mean he did, but
I'm gonna change this and I'm gonna change that, and none of that shit changed. But I can go to my councilman or woman down the street, and if I got an issue with my block, I could talk to them and see if I can get it solved. The president, like,
which is why I feel like that
change hasn't happened in my life yet.
I feel like that is more important because I don't think we'll ever really see a president that will get down to our community level. Like, their goal isn't that. They have so much to focus on. I'm not saying their goal should be.
And I don't give a fuck about foreign policy and trades and tariffs and all. I don't give a fuck about it.
To me personally, the whole system has to come down.
Okay.
And
elaborate on that.
There ain't nothing else to say. Take it as blatantly and as honest as I'm saying this shit. The entire system.
The way we got it built right now is not working.
With everything. With every fucking thing. And that can go into your police funding, that can go into education and politics, money for your bridges, the tax breaks for the fucking businesses. Burn it all the fuck down.
That's a fact. I want to know one thing though, like, it's a little off topic, but how do y'all feel about the situation that happened in Allentown? I know y'all both seen that video with the cops. That like it's the same thing that we've been seeing, but like that's the thing. Like now,
What happened on
but the guy that the cops was
cop
kneeling on his neck.
on the
Oh, I didn't
Cops
know
on
that
him.
was
Yeah, I sent
outside
both y'all
the
the video
hospital.
right outside the hospital. It's like
To me, the lady from the hospital, she deserves to be fired.
yeah,
because
she
you
said
acted
that
no
once.
different.
Shout out to the people that recorded that though.
Yep,
Because
shout out to the
recorded
people that
it.
recorded. That's
the
how
people
it
that
get
get the
out.
message out.
That's
Yeah,
how it gets
y'all
out
keep it
there.
circulated.
You mean,
I don't know, like I don't like I'm not no fucking doctor or that, but like immediately within the video, like I would guess that dude was suffering from some type of mental illness. Like I don't
Even if he
was
wasn't,
a regular monster.
Bro, and I'm not saying size
Yeah,
matters, but in this case, size kind of matters. Bro, dude was not that, like, he was smaller
wasn't
than
that
all
big.
of us.
Yeah.
It was
And
four cops. You don't
on
need
him, like,
four niggas
you
to
don't
hold
need four cops
You
to
don't
hold
need
him
four
down,
niggas
like-
to hold me down. Well, you might, but he was nothing like my size. And you definitely don't need, like, that cop was free. His hands was free. He could have did anything, and he had his knee on his neck. Like,
And for all of
bro,
that, in those type situations, dog, they have ways that they can handcuff
And I
you,
feel like it's utterly
handcuff your
disrespectful
arms,
given
handcuff
what
your
just
feet.
happened.
You know what I'm saying? Handcuff your arms, handcuff your feet. You can even handcuff them together. It's 4 cops. I got
Yeah.
a bunch of different pair of handcuffs. You could have handcuffed him to the point that he can't do
y'all
nothing
could have grabbed
but
one
roll
fucking
on the
limb,
ground.
a leg and an arm.
You know
What
what
the
I'm
hell
saying?
you
Ain't
gonna do?
nobody need to do that, putting your knee on him, that body hold down shit. Like, to me, that's where.
And then his
bitch
neck was
shit
against the
come at.
curb
Like,
as well.
Y'all
Like,
drawn.
head and neck
Y'all
right against
drawn.
the curb. So
Y'all drawn.
now the pressure from your body
Your
and
body
the curb
on the
is
curb,
like,
on the cement, and
That
this
goes
is
back
skin, bone, and fracture.
to
Like,
something you said, Cop, on one of the first episodes about like defunding the police and how we need more social workers and shit like that.
Yeah.
Like, dude was most likely in the hospital or being treated for something and started.
Yeah, like
he
mental
suffered
illness.
from a mental illness, so he probably like I don't want to say the wrong word, like started acting irrational.
Yeah.
And they probably called the police to come restrain him or whatever. But if we had social workers or people that was trained
Right.
in
To handle
mental
that
illness
situation.
and in these positions, like shit like that wouldn't happen.
Wouldn't happen.
Like me as a regular individual walking down the street, we see this shit all the time where a crackhead is going crazy or they doing this. We not going to antagonize them or this, that, and the third. Like just like they're not harming nobody.
Y'all-
yeah,
Like, you don't know how to de-escalate and talk to people.
And you know what's
Like,
crazy?
how
I
is
see
it?
that, but I do see that downtown a lot. Like we
All
work
the
downtown,
time.
I see that downtown a lot. Like you can see him, like he's whispering to himself, and yeah, he looks raggedy and all of that. And people that aren't used to seeing it, they overreact.
They
like I've
overreact.
seen women
You
like
can really talk to
snap,
them
I've seen
people.
men
Like
say,
they're not
yeah, you
fucking
really
aliens.
They're not stupid.
You know what's
Yeah, bro.
crazy? I literally just did today.
You want to know the quickest thing to make them snap? You want $1?
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, I want $1. Thank you very much, man. How's your day going? My day good, man. You good? All right, cool. Have a good one.
And I
Don't
think
pull
that's
out
what people-
20.
Dog,
Yeah, you're done. Don't
fuck that. A couple days ago, I pulled out a bottle of water. Ball went from this shit to I'll take that. Like, let me get that. Like ice
I
cold
think
bottle of water. Here
people
you go, bro.
forget
Like,
that
Fucking
they're
human
people.
beings,
Like
dog.
they're human.
They're exactly.
Human.
A lot of these people don't like. A lot of these people weren't born like this. It happened due to a situation or certain people. Like this pandemic may have rendered some people homeless. Like it's a guy that's right now by my job. Every night he tries to sleep like right in front of my job, and he literally was a foreign student that lost his place. Like now because he doesn't really know what to do with himself. This Asian guy is now homeless, and a lot of people treat him like he's crazy. And he isn't crazy.
Police brutality. There is
Right.
no other way
Around
to
it.
put
That's
it.
a big fact.
There is no other way to put it, and necessarily
I got
I
my
feel
blanket
as
so
though
that will be
obviously the nurse that stepped in front of them from recording to act as the police plays no different of the role than the officer that stepped in front of the kids recording when George Floyd got killed.
That's a
You
fact.
all played a knowledgeable, involved role of either trying to allow or
You aided regardless.
you aided in that situation.
You're supporting it by
You know what I'm
doing
saying?
it.
You're
Like,
supporting
by
it.
getting in front of
And
my
she's
camera,
in fucking
you're choosing
scrubs.
a side.
You should have told them, look, we need to get him inside. All I need y'all to do is pick him up and put him on a gurney. If y'all want to handcuff him there, whatever the fuck the case is, you could have did that. But to allow them to pin him down, you know what I'm saying? There was no damage out
Such
there. There was
unnecessary
no,
force.
It was just uncalled for.
That's no
It was-
different
it
than
was
being a
the fuck
lookout.
uncalled
If you
for.
go down the street and you killing somebody and I'm in the
Exactly.
car or being a driver,
Right.
you aided
You
him.
still get the charge too.
You getting murdered,
You
I'm
get the
getting murdered,
charge.
he
You
getting
know what I'm
murdered.
saying? We all get it. So what's up? Like,
And I hate it though because it's like, I mean, of course, a lot of people hate it, but it's really crazy that Breonna Taylor still didn't get justice. Some police officers, like, every day I still see, and I love that I see this. Yo, like, I see Will and Jada, yada, yada, but some entanglement, but they still ain't get Breonna Taylor.
Yeah.
No, I see.
Like, I love that.
Yesterday it was a post. It was like this is Moneybag Yo's baby mom card, and it was a post. I clicked it. I'm thinking I'm about to see some bullshit. It's like, nope, the cops for Breonna Taylor haven't been arrested.
I love that.
I did want to see the card, but it's like they not letting that shit go.
Yeah, and that's why you cannot let your foot off the gas.
And not only did she not get justice, but technically that was murder too. They allowed her not to get any kind of aid, resuscitation, or helper support for about 6 minutes. Y'all shot her, and then because y'all knew y'all was the fuck wrong, y'all allowed her to die. Y'all need to go down for murder. This should not go unheard of. This is what I mean about the media, though, because some stories get attention, other stories don't. The stories that some feel as though need to be spoken on, some feel as though don't need to have the attention. This shit needs the fucking attention.
It has all the evidence for them to get convicted.
Everybody.
But for some reason, it has not happened.
But why? Because I personally feel it's people in power, in pocket, higher up.
Yeah, it's a fact.
That will not allow it.
I mean,
some of these cases have been shut up or marginalized or quieted or whatever you want to call it on purpose.
Yeah.
That isn't a conspiracy theory. That is the fucking fact and truth. Some of them shits have truly been silenced.
All of the facts that you need to convict them. There should be no reason that they shouldn't all be behind bars right now.
It makes no damn sense, yo. It makes no damn sense. And I'm not, God forbid, I love my family, but I would have done the same fucking situation if I would have thought that someone was breaking into my goddamn house.
It would have been more than a warning shot.
Anybody would have.
Especially fuck a warning shot.
If you have your license to carry
off.
I'm giving you a warning clip.
I'm letting off, okay? And I know my house. Y'all just got here, motherfucker. I know angles and ways.
Y'all lucky it's for y'all.
Yeah,
that's your only hope.
Fuck that. I know long hallways, staircases, and all. I got you. I got y'all in here. Treat that shit. Can't get y'all out. It is what the fuck it is, dog. We can figure out and ask questions later. Because in this day and age, you don't fucking know. And it could be cops. It could be robbers. It could be dirty cops. Everybody take these bullets. We'll sort through that shit later. Like, fuck that, like.
Yeah, and that's why I feel like that's just the fact that they even try to blame him for that is crazy. Like, you just broke into my house. Like,
that's what they do.
We already covered this, but it's something that is ongoing, so it needs to be talked about more. Because I feel like people are starting to slowly forget. It's because the media is taking way more attention away from it. Like right now, I'm seeing so much bullshit on the media. Black Lives Matter slowly getting pushed out. And that's the goal though for them. Like they wanted to get pushed out, but it's still a thing. I see people supporting less. I see people fighting less. And it hurts my heart low key because that's how it happens almost every time. You slowly distract people with other things. You give them this, you give them that. Next thing you know,
life happens.
That's a fact. That it is life, and it's just like
people forget.
It makes you afraid to be that person next to them.
People die every day, and then they post them on Instagram. I'm heartbroken, and then I see you 4 hours later, turned the fuck up.
Yeah, posting a selfie.
Was you really hurt?
And that's my thing. Like I always say this to people all the time. Like most people that talk to me know, bro, life is so temporary. Like your shit is gone. And people, yeah, exactly. Like, and rest in peace to that because that situation. From what I've heard so far, it was real fucked up. Like, getting shot like 20 times, somebody told me, and I don't know if that's true or not, but I was in his lives almost every night. Dude seemed like real good vibes. But my point is like that, you can really...
He had to be around somebody else.
Yeah, I'm about to say, he definitely like, yeah. And the thing is,
he was busting on you and made you mad or fucking...
Yeah, I'm about to say, the only thing that I can see happening is, yeah, he's either with somebody else in their life or somebody was hating on the situation because, I mean, he is successful what he do. Or yeah, it was busting on somebody that got embarrassed, might have been a chick around, whatever. But regardless, it's like these like senseless violence moments needs to stop. And moments like this where we're getting killed by our like quote unquote protectors need to stop. Because it's like now more than ever, it's like out there. It can't get no more out there than this. But at the same time, I feel like it's not much movement because of the way they try to push this out over time.
Yeah, I went on the radio.
Shout out to you for that. I was running when I seen the text from him. That was good.
I went on the radio.
You went on the Breakfast Club.
Went on the Breakfast Club, you know, the Power 99 just to talk about, not the Breakfast Club, Power 99.
I was playing. He really went
like, yeah, the Breakfast Club.
Just
like
because I ain't gonna hold you, I'm trying to get my words together, but the topic was, you know, the mayor's comment about July 4th and the killings that happened, you know, over that weekend. And, you know, they were trying to basically point at accountability and push it to the BLM or other, you know, groups and how come they're not there to support and all of that kind of stuff. And to me, that just breaks the narrative and changes the movement. To me, that takes the focal point off what we're supposed to be gaining towards to separate the ideals of what we really have as a common goal. And, bottom line, we do got stuff we need to address in the community, but it all needs to happen in the right way, and it all needs to happen, with the common goal still being reached. The BLM is marching towards a much bigger goal, and sometimes things fall off. Everything not going to pick up trend. It's not to say that those stories don't matter or those lives don't matter, but it's the process, it's the way they're going to get to it. The agenda is the agenda, and it takes time, but, something does need to be done, from the cops killing us to us killing us. Y'all know our communities. We really need to do better. We need to change the course, but I ain't gonna hold you. Personally, I feel as though the community gotta change in order for the mentality and the people within the community to change. Yeah. You're not gonna have one without the other. And like he just said, his grandmom done told him stories of how the school districts was in these neighborhoods was that we live in, and that shit ain't changed in how many years? So you can't expect the mentality of someone that done lived in these neighborhoods and dealt with this kind of oppression and dealt with this kind of situations for decades on end, done brought families in and done seen family members go. But the circumstances are still the circumstances, but you want to know why they decided to have that eye for an eye mentality or go after that person that came after them. You know what I'm saying? Like, to me, it is a systemic. Yeah. It's a systematic thing that doesn't happen or whatever. And it needs to be broken, because lives are going to be lost, jobs going to be lost, money going to be lost, property going to be damaged. But that's going to be the ultimate.
It seems like it's getting more hand up. Like when I was a kid growing up, all of this stuff happened, and I wasn't a kid too much long ago. 10 to 13 years ago, when I was actually a kid playing on the street and stuff, stuff happened. People got shot, drive-bys happened and all of that. But today, it seems like it's just happening so much more. Now, it could be because I'm older and I see more, or it could just literally be because over time people have turned up more. There's more dying. I've heard about so many people dying from gun violence in the last year to 2 years that I would never expect to die over nothing, because they was wrong place, wrong time. Somebody didn't like them, a beef from high school, all of that type of weird shit that's going on. And it's it's growing worse by the years, by the decades. It's getting worse to the point where we eating each other alive. And it's it's not just us, it's the fact that it's coming from both sides.
True.
Because I feel like the system that we are in, that a lot of people can't change their own situation, circumstances because of the system that we're in, with the amount of money you get, with the job opportunities and stuff like that. It's hard to change, but now it's you're afraid to do anything.
True. Somebody
shoot at you, you don't want to call the cops now because it can go either way. So now it's you shoot back or you get shot at. It's there's so many ways to go about it.
I don't think I know, but it's not more crime or violent crime than it was in the 90s, the 80s, and 06 and 07 when we had those crazy summers where everybody was getting shot. But it's the fact that social media, and we wouldn't know BGO got died 10 years ago.
Yeah, not early.
If it wasn't on the news, we didn't know, or it wasn't talking about in the neighborhood, we didn't know about it.
That's a fact.
But now I know he got shot, because I seen it all on social media and all this, that, and the third. But to go back to your Black Lives Matter point and how people are talking about black on black crime and the Black Lives Matter stuff, those are two different groups. Just like the people who are protesting and the people who are looting, those are two different groups. The people who are out there going to kill people and this, that, and the third are not the people screaming Black Lives Matter and the people that's protesting. And when we saying Black Lives Matter, we talking about police brutality, but we talking to our own community just as well. We matter, so stop the killing. We not just it's not just police brutality. We're talking to the same people.
So understand the message. No, I completely agree. I just had to jump in because I kind of felt like it was, in the sense of everybody marching towards a goal, they stopped to point fingers. Yeah. But where we gonna go with that kind of mentality? No, we got somewhere that we need to be. Let's continue this march. Don't get me wrong, we ain't forget nothing. Once we get to that goal, we got a whole lot of stuff that needs to be caught up to. Real shit. But it's work to be done. And my whole thing is, just to keep it out there, keep being active, keep being vocal, keep spreading them stories, keep saying them people's names. Keep the relevancy there, keep them petitions going. Keep the marches going, keep the protests going. Keep the movement going, because it's needed, And I ain't gonna hold you, bro. That is so true. What is wrong with us saying, yo, bro, I hope you have a good day, man.
I love you.
Like saying, I love you, bro. You saying, what's wrong with you giving a hug to your
proud of
man?
you.
You know, what's wrong with us walking around with our heads up? You know, you see a woman walking down the street, I can truly say hi, not to be trying to holler at you. Sweetheart, I'm trying to say hi.
Have a good day.
Good evening, good afternoon. Excuse me, pardon me, I'm walking past you. I don't have to have intentions of the, extra stuff there. Like, we need to get back to that unity.
I
like,
have seen
we
that more
all
lately.
human.
Like, I'm not even gonna lie. Like,
it needs to be more.
older, like older females, this, that, and the third. Like, they just saying like, be safe, like Young King and shit like that. Like, I don't know, like they saying this like, species, but they say like, I know you always say like, be safe to your friends and all that, but like. Females that like you don't even know or like
I even do that.
Listen, make sure like you be safe, you watch your back. Like
I say that to my Uber Eats boy.
But
like,
it's dope,
be safe. Like
it's dope. I
Yeah,
mean, it's dope, and we all in this together. That's the bottom line.
yeah, and I
we
feel
all
like
in this
people
together.
need to do that more. Like just more care. Like whenever we talk, we always give each other praise in some way, shape, or form because that's the mentality that we have. Like at the end of the day, I want to see everybody thrive. If
Prosper.
Kev or Dave was to get up here before me, that's not going to make me hate them. I'm going to want to continue to network with them, keep them around, praise them for doing it, give them their congratulations. Yeah, exactly, and build together. And like I always tell these guys, that's like the mentality I want. I always tell them I appreciate them because
it's nothing.
That shit make me want to go harder.
Right, it's going to give you the motivation to do more.
It's
But
motivation.
it's like, hating ain't going to do anything. If you looking at the person next to you in a race, you're going to get passed by. You're not staring at him and running, like it's just not gonna happen. So you can't focus on what everybody else is doing, especially to the point of greed and envy. Like it's not gonna get you nowhere, and that's why a lot of people are stuck in their positions. Like the excuses of I could have been, but this nobody can stop your grind or get in the way of your goal but yourself. Like if you let them, that's your fault. But at the end of the day, you have the drive, you have to go chase it.
Go chase
And just
it,
stop, be consistent, and that's really it. Almost everything can be done with consistency alone. You'll learn with consistency, you'll grow with consistency, and people will notice your hard work and your ethics, your drive, and all of that.
if they don't notice it, fuck them.
Right, if they don't notice it now, they will, and by the time they do, it'll be too late. Because you'll be up there, exactly.
It'll be too late, but you continue to be on your path. But
Yeah.
you're right, like, you're right.
And with that being said, y'all, it's Kai.
Kev,
It's Dave.
ScreamATMePodcast, y'all. We out.
yo, man.
I'm from a block where these niggas get locked and go back. Where the money that you see ain't legal, it's all traps. All black mask, coat zip it up, he gon' blast. Anybody plotting on me, that's a death force. All niggas hop out the V, get your head split, right out right on his T. He get